Oh, hey there. On today's episode, we're going to give you the rundown on Project 84. Calvin Tucker! It's going to be a long night.
What's going on, everybody? We're here with another episode of Bottom 6 Custom. It's your boy Chunk, and I got Jeff here.
Hey guys.
We're just gonna go over and give a rundown of Project 84 now that we had a very successful run at Fatmans.
Yes,
we're just gonna give a little bit of a breakdown on everything, and yeah, take it away, Jeff.
All right, this is Project 84. The name came about because it's a project and constantly will be, probably never done, and it's an 84 Monte Carlo.
How'd you come about it?
How did I come about it?
Yeah.
Well, one day I was driving in a small town close to us. I saw it sitting at a muffler shop, to be honest. Thought, oh man, I gotta have it. And I kind of sold the car I had, got it.
How much you pay for it?
I paid $1,500 years ago for it. It was running and driving then.
What motor was in it originally?
Originally, before the guy I bought it off of got it, it had a V6 in it. I'm not sure if it was a 3.1 or a 4.3, but it had a V6 and he swapped in a 305, and that's what I got it with, was a 305.
How many original miles were on the original motor, do you know?
Roughly about 120 is what the odometer close to. It says 17,000, but it stopped, and when I bought it, it was done for. It didn't work.
You gotta love the old Gremlins, right?
Yeah.
It's not an old car without the Gremlins.
Yeah, it's not.
So, is this your daily or just your fun car, or a bit of both?
It used to be my daily, and then when I realized that I had too many kids to haul around and too many places to go, parked it and it became a toy. But I do like to drive it. It's just daily. It's just, it eats gas like no other, so I kind of
Sit in the back,
yeah. It's on the back burner most of the time.
open the garage, and just look at it and be like, later.
Yeah, I'll get to you when gas prices come down.
Thanks. So how many years have you owned this?
I have owned this car for 10 years.
You ever thought about giving it up?
Multiple times I have, just out of pure frustration, I have.
You're always gonna have that.
Yeah. I mean, everybody reaches an age where they're like, I'm done with the project, I don't want to do it anymore, and walk away. But give yourself a day or two and think on it, you'll come right back around.
So what kind of motor is in it now?
Right now, it has a 406 small block Chevy, mildly built. Still has more to go, but it's a 406 small block Chevy.
What are the pistons and everything?
The pistons are Wiseco flat top forged pistons. The rods are Eagle, and crank is Eagle. It has a Lunati voodoo cam in it, and Lunati roller rockers, and Flowtech aluminum heads on it, and a Summit Racing air gap intake.
Now, a few years ago, we took it to Fatmans for the very first time. We ran a 13.5. Now, was the motor up 100% that day?
No, the first time we went to Fatmans and ran 13.5, this motor, well, the first rendition or first style of this motor we built was a lot more stout, but the pistons weren't just able to handle the compression, so it was never 100%. And after our first year at Fatmans, we went back the next year and blew it up. And
All right, we're back here again at the car. We're going to give us a little bit more information about it. We stopped on the side of the road. We figured nice little
backdrop.
Little backdrop for everybody, you know. Anyway, so tell us a little bit more about it. What kind of transmission is in this car?
It's a TCI Turbo 350 3-speed.
So roughly how much horsepower could it handle?
Could it handle or could it make?
We'll do both.
Could it handle? Don't know. I don't know how much the block could actually handle because it's a 2-bolt main. Horsepower that it makes right now, at the crank, it makes close to 500, and it makes over 550 foot-pounds of torque on pump gas. Now, at the rear wheels, it's probably roughly around 400 horse and maybe 490 to 500 foot-pounds of torque.
Now, I did notice at the track, in one of the videos somebody took, I noticed how the front driver's side actually lifted up a little bit. What are your thoughts on that?
What are the thoughts on that? It needs a cage because it's twisting a little bit. It's spinning. Driver's side might have looked like it came up, but it was all suspension extension from it unloading, which it needs to do both of those, and it's not. It's doing one side, so it needs some tweaking, but it's getting there.
Now, I noticed the sleek, really shine of this car's paint job. What can you tell us about that?
What can I tell you about that? Go to Lowe's, because it really this is a budget car. Very budget, back burner, and push to the side and do what I could when I could. And the whole paint job was, no, it wasn't rolled on. It was done. Basically went to Lowe's and bought some of their Rust-Oleum hot rod black that they have in a can, and you thin it out with acetone, and we sprayed it with a Harbor Freight gun. Yes, it's not great paint right now. It was a lot better when we painted it. Basically, the whole paint job was $50, and I'd like to see a better paint job for $50. Somebody will show me. But
honestly, I think it turned out pretty well. And I also noticed you have a little bit of green splatter up in there. You want to tell us a little bit about that as well?
That is something one of my friends came up with and told me I should do. So I actually, instead of me doing it personally, I have my daughter, my oldest daughter, and my middle-aged daughter come and do it themselves, and they dipped their hands in, again, Lowe's paint, and splattered it everywhere in the car, under the hood, and on the overflow bottle. And let me pop the hood. No, they did the doors, they did the trunk. The only thing they didn't do was the trunk lid, the bottom of the trunk lid. They never did it, but it's getting repainted soon.
All over here, it looks really well. Now, what made you come up with the idea of that, actually?
Why? Because I didn't want everything solid green. I wanted touches of green, because green's my favorite color, and so is black. And this is what one of my friends came up with, that it would pop but not be too overwhelming, and I love it. So it was a good idea, and I'm glad we went with it.
Very nice, very nice. Now, I know we talked about the tires, but tell us a little bit about the wheels on this thing.
The wheels, these are basically cruiser wheels. They're awfully heavy for drag racing, but they are Vision, the company Vision wheel. They're Vision Torque wheels, or Torque Series wheels. They are 15x8. They are running a Douglas Walmart brand front tire. And they're running the Mickey Thompson ET Pro Street radial. And we'll show you, they're kind of smooth for the street, so you don't want to run them in the rain, but they do really well out here in the street. Now, this has a frame notch kit on it. These look kind of tiny, but they're really not. They're 275/60. Yeah, 275/60 15, and they tuck really well. The old ones used to stick out to about here until I got this Quick Performance Ford 9-inch in it.
Now, about the inside, it looks like there's nothing in it but the seat itself. What kind of seats are those?
Those are your eBay special. I found them I basically found them on Facebook. Man, I'm tongue twisted. Facebook Marketplace.
I know I'm pretty gorgeous and I make them nervous sometimes.
No, definitely. I'm straight.
Straight as a circle. Anyway, continue.
Still straight across.
All right.
But no, we found them on Facebook Marketplace and drove about an hour away to pick them up for a hell of a deal. So, any more questions?
I think that pretty much gave everything the rundown. I still say it did fairly well at Fatmans for our third time. Did really well on the third pass itself.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed with that. We definitely hit our goal that we wanted to achieve. So
Yeah.
that was definitely a good time.
We didn't outdo ourselves, but we did outdo ourselves. We overcame a lot this year and did well out there. So I mean, it's nothing crazy, not the fastest out there, but ooh, Nova.
You never know what you're gonna see here in those beautiful cars.
Yeah.
Barely ever see them, and that was a beautiful car.
Yes. We live in the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
All right.
So do you have any final words for the viewers here?
Yeah, you guys should like, follow, and comment. Let us know how you guys thought this was and what we should do next. Junk, you got anything to say?
It was another fun time adventure, getting this thing out, letting it drive around, definitely feeling what she's got under the hood, planting us in our seats. I'll tell you what, this is always a fun time for me, not only with somebody to let me drive it, you know, besides without a motor going down the road telling you behind a truck. He doesn't like me. Remember, I put 10 bucks in gas in this, didn't get very far, but I put 10 bucks in gas in this, you know?
Yeah, you put 10 bucks in gas in it on the wrong pump.
Still a gas one. But no, just go ahead and give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe and show us some love. Let us know whatever you want to see. If you want to see us do anything different with it, if you want any more information, give us a little shout out. We always appreciate it. And until next time, remember to always floss. You got brush your teeth and always mouthwash. Later. Hi.
That was lame, I know.
Shotgun!
Where else are you gonna go?
Home?
I hope you walk.
This body does not walk.